Hi everybody, Mr. Owens here. I'm going to be going over yet another strategy for adding and subtracting integers. And the reason I'm giving you all these strategies is because one of them will work for you. Everyone's brain works differently and different strategies will work better for different people. But I want to give you as many chances as possible to find something that works for you because this is a really important concept. So there are going to be 3 steps to this strategy. The first is you're going to start at the first number. You always start at the first number. And I'll explain what this means in just a minute, but you're going to turn around for each negative sign after the first number. After the first number, so not including the first number. And then you move that direction. So if you need to write these 3 things down, please do so. Pause the video and do so. These are the 3 steps we need. So this first one, we'll do 5 plus negative 7. So our first number, right, is 5. So we're going to start at our first number. And I'm going to put some numbers on this number line. Now, you don't have to start right in the middle. I'm going to put 5 over here, 6, 7, 8, and 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1. And I'm actually going to need some more space here. And you can always add more space to your number line. It's not like if you go off your number line, that's okay. So we're going to start at our first number. And I'm going to draw a person. Now, you don't have to be as good of an artist as I am, right? But that's our person. Maybe put a little smiley face. And they're always facing the positive direction. They're facing to the right. They're facing the positive direction when you start, always. So we start the first number, and then we ask ourselves, are there any negative signs that we see in here? Okay, so remember our second step is turn around for each negative sign after the first number. So it says, so we have one negative sign right here, right? So we're going to turn around one time, and we'll move 7 in spaces in that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's going to be our answer, negative 2. That is our answer, okay? So once again, we put our person on wherever the first number is, and then you turn around for any negative sign after the first number. Okay, let's try another one. So once again, it's the same thing. So this time I'm going to put the numbers in a different spot just because I know what's about to happen. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we're going to start at 5, right? Facing the positive direction. And then we're looking here and we say, okay, how many negative signs do you see? Some of you would just say 1, some of you would say 2. Now, one thing I want you to know now is that subtraction signs, and negative signs are the same thing. So that's a really important thing to know. Subtraction signs and negative signs are the same thing. So looking at this problem, 5 plus negative 7 is actually the same thing as 5 minus 7. It's the exact same thing. You move to the left, right? You get smaller. So 5 minus 7 is really saying to take the number 5, combine it or add it with negative 7. It's the same thing. So getting back to this problem, right? So we have one negative sign right here, 2 negative sign right here. There's 2 negative signs. So I'm going to turn around once, and then I'm going to turn around again. So now I'm facing the same direction that I was originally facing. So I'm going to go 7 spaces to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our final answer is going to be 12. Final answer is 12. So 5 minus negative 7 is actually the same thing as 5 plus 7, which equals 12. Okay? A little confusing, very, very confusing. So make sure you look at this one again, play this video a couple times. Let's try this next one, okay? So here we have negative 5 plus negative 7. So we have negative 5 here, negative 4, negative 6, negative 7. So it's important to always put the numbers on your number line before you get started. Let's use red. Okay, so we're going to start at negative 5. And we're facing positive. And we ask ourselves, how many negative signs do we see here? Remember, we're thinking about negative signs after the first number. This negative sign right here does not count for turning around. We just start at the first number. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, it's just where you start. So there's only one negative sign. So we're going to turn around one time, and we'll move 7 in that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our answer is going to be negative 12. All right. And then finally, our last problem that we're going to do. Let's use green. So we're going to start at negative 5. So we're going to start at negative 5 right here. Person is facing positive direction. And we're thinking, how many negative signs do we see here? There's 1 and 2 negative signs, okay? So that means we're going to turn around once, then we're going to turn around again. So we're facing forwards again, we're facing positive direction. We'll move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So we end up at positive 2, all right? So for all of these problems, you need to think about, right? These steps. Start at the first number, you turn around for each number after the negative sign. You can also think about the fact families, right? So when we have 5 and 7, right, or negative 5 and negative 7, we know that the answer will either be 2, negative 2, 12, or negative 12, right? Those are all the answers that, that we had here. So you need to just think about, when you're combining these numbers, also think about the fact families, right? And think about which of these answers makes the most sense for where you are, where you're starting, and then where you're going, okay? I hope this helped.